Good morning, everyone. And it was really exciting to come to this room because actually 6 years ago, in this case in the MACLE conference, it was the first time we joined together with other Hyperloop projects. In that moment, everything was different. Today we have our own conference for Hyperloop promoters and the industry participating. And of course, the presentations are completely different. We did a lot of things. Sometimes it seems like this is a long way, and it is. But at the same time, we are having a great evolution, and today is a proof of this. So thank you also, Martin and team, for this opportunity of joining forces with the rest of the industry. And it's a pleasure for us to be here with you in this Hyperloop conference. Actually, Hyperloop, there are not many projects with the potential of Hyperloop, being able to move up to 7 billion passengers per year and generating a 1.3 trillion euros opportunity annually. At the same time, we remove more than 6 gigatons of CO2 emissions by 2050. You can take a look and zoom in the different regions in the project Vision 2050 in our website. And of course, this is a huge opportunity. And it's the reason also that even the pandemic or economic crisis, we are still here together, moving forward for Hyperloop, because it's a proof that we are in the sustainability and the transportation opportunities. We are over these kind of situations because this is a priority. Hyperloop is aiming to complement the current transportation systems. For example, we are seeing policies aiming to reduce the short-haul flights. In this case, Hyperloop will be, of course, one of the players that will cover part of this space, also railway. And since 2013, we had great evolution in terms of development and promotion of Hyperloop. Many things happened, and today there are more than 2 billion euros in projects already ongoing or being planned worldwide. The Hyperloop industry is ready to take this opportunity, not only the Hyperloop promoters, but also the industry working with us, research centers. There is a big ecosystem aiming to take this opportunity that is already in place. And from Zeleros, as an example, we are more than 50 people in our team with 170 members at the ecosystem joining forces to make this a reality. At the same time, with different prototypes already in place and new ones being built currently. We understand the project as an ecosystem, joining forces with different technical suppliers, research centers, partners, institutions, private investors. This is our ecosystem, but at the same time, there are different ecosystems working with the different Hyperloop promoters, and at the same time, we are joining forces in days like this one and in other frameworks of collaboration. I think everyone understands Hyperloop as a big project and needs to join forces from our side to take decisions and move forward. As an example of the global leaders we are working with, in the vehicle side, for example, Airbus or CAF, aerospace and railway and mobility solutions leaders. In the infrastructure side, Acciona or ArcelorMittal, also leaders in their areas. Recently, we released our collaboration with ITP, one of the top global engine manufacturers that is supporting us to develop and test the propulsion system of our vehicle. And in terms of the technology, we are combining linear motor and aerodynamic propulsion to take the best of these technologies, and also including the active levitation from the top of the tube. Thanks to this combination of technologies, we can reduce the complexity of the infrastructure, and we can have two main benefits. First one, we reduce the infrastructure cost per kilometer, and the second one, as we can have flexibility in terms of the pressure inside of the tube, we can also use components from aviation, so we make easier to certify our vehicle. These two benefits are also important for this timing we need to reach to make Hyperloop a reality. And in terms of the roadmap, technology roadmap, we split the project in 3 sides, 3 phases. First one, the technology development of the subsystems. Now we are integrating these technologies in a pilot to operate the technology together. And finally, we will need a European test track, a common place for all the projects to certify the technology and be able to commercialize the product. That is the final objective we all have. Of course, there is a space also to take benefit of the Hyperloop technology to apply to other industries. We saw some examples also in the other presentations. I'm really happy also to see that we are aligned not only in the Hyperloop technology itself, but also in the way we are approaching this. And I would like to show you a short video about the self-booster project we are now executing in Valencia.
As a pioneer in the Hyperloop development, at Zeleros, our ambition is to develop new technologies to enable the energy transition in mobility. Together with our partners, we are leading a European pilot project called Self-Booster, which is demonstrating the main capabilities of one of our Hyperloop technologies, the linear motor. The linear motor is like a rotating motor, but unfolded. With electricity, we can power coils in the track that produce a magnetic field, which translate into a pulling force that makes the vehicle move forward. Our linear motor is a switched reluctance linear motor developed by Keynote. This means that we activate the different coil sets in different phases, reducing complexity and using already proven technologies. In the port of Sagunto, we are demonstrating for the first time in history a switched reluctance linear motor moving cargo in a relevant environment. Once demonstrated, this technology will enable the decarbonization of port operations with a fully electric and automated solution. And once in operation, the system will be applicable to ports worldwide. Zeleros, beyond the limits of mobility.
And there was an example, and finally the sound was good, so thank you. And this was an example of how we can use the technology of Hyperloop also to apply to other industries. And finally, some thoughts about the current Hyperloop context. We have technology developers, not only as Hyperloop promoters, but also with the industry working with us. We have this industrial support, and there is a clear global need as well. We have the interest of the institutions. We saw examples at the beginning of the session. And there is also collaboration between the different Hyperloop promoters. As a clear example, we have the JTC 20, where different countries, different experts, different Hyperloop promoters, we are already working together to take decisions about how we want to have Hyperloop in Europe. And actually, the first conclusions will be publicly launched really soon. Of course, there is a lot to do yet, but we are in the right path in this sense. So what more we need to keep going forward? We listen some of the things we need today. There are some here. We need to keep demonstrating the technology. As we saw, the test tracks will be one of the keys in the following years. We need also to generate this supply chain required for making Hyperloop a reality. Also, the institutional prioritization in terms of, for example, in Europe, to keep leading this movement. Other regions are also moving forward really fast. And, of course, the regulatory framework is key to be able to commercialize this technology. If we accomplish these points, we will have also the demand consolidation that is key, of course, to commercialize. And, of course, there is a lot to do. We saw some challenges in this presentation, the last ones, but we are in the right path. There are exciting milestones in the following years. So happy to keep discussing about these points, and thank you very much.